Welcome to Cooking with Rescued Food.
Now, before we begin the program at Queen Elizabeth Park Community and Culture Center, it's important to acknowledge the land that we're on, Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation.
Food insecurity is a real reality for families right here in Oakville. And because of that, we want to teach you how to use rescued food to make great, healthy options for you and your family.
Now, all the meals that we're going to make today are donated to us as rescued food by Food for Life, our amazing partners for this program. It's important for us to have this program and start a conversation so that people can break the stigma of rescued food and feel a sense of community for everybody in Oakville. So let's go.
Hi, I'm Graham with Food for Life. I'm the executive director of an amazing organization that has been serving the community for 25 years. Food for Life has been rescuing food and impacting lives all the way across Halton and Hamilton, and we're not planning on stopping anytime soon. We go out to grocery stores, retailers, wholesalers, producers, and we rescue amazing quality food that you're going to see in these cooking demonstrations, and we get it back out into the community to help people who are struggling with hunger. People who are struggling with hunger look no different than you and me. We don't know why people turn to a food program for help, but we do care that they have access to good, healthy, amazing food. And that good, healthy, amazing food is readily available and is typically thrown out as part of our natural waste process of the supply chain. And we rescue this good, healthy, perishable food and then get it back out into a community. And with the help of chefs like you're going to see through this program, show you how to turn it into amazing, healthy, good food for you and your family and your loved ones. So if you need to turn for assistance, you need a hand, whether it's for a reason or a season. Maybe it's a job loss. Maybe you're just looking to stretch the budget a little bit more. Or maybe you're just looking to learn how to eat healthier and put down the Oreos and pick up a squash. Give us a call or visit our website. And if during this time of COVID-19, if you're experiencing any challenges with mobility, ODSP, or any other health challenges that may limit you accessing regular programs in community, please just dial 311 and Halton Region will bring you into the system, and we'll reach out and deliver directly to your home. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. And remember, learn more, volunteer, and donate anytime at foodforlife.ca.
Hello everyone, and welcome to this episode of Cooking with Rescued Food. The program is brought to you in partnership with the Town of Oakville and Food for Life. This week we are cooking with 4 rescued food ingredients. We have mushrooms, shallots, garlic, and thyme. The Town of Oakville's Chef Laura is going to show you how to make a wonderful mushroom soup, which is perfect for these cold days and even as we start to turn the corner around to spring and summer months. I hope you enjoy.
Hi everyone, and welcome. Today we will be exploring the world of mushrooms. We are going to make a fresh mushroom soup. Here I've got a variety of different mushrooms, from portobello mushrooms to shiitake mushrooms to white button mushrooms, which actually are the kind that is most common at the grocery store. I've already chopped some up so that we are ready to go. I'm going to turn on the heat to medium-low, and I'm going to add about 1.5 teaspoons of olive oil. If you don't have olive oil, you can use any other oil like sunflower or vegetable. And while my oil is heating up, I'm just going to finely chop an onion. Right now I'm actually using a shallot, but if you don't have any shallots, you can use a yellow onion, you can use a red onion, white onion, whatever you have on hand. Just going to give this a rough chop. When you're making a soup or a stew, your onions are the base part of your soup, and it's what's going to give your soup the flavor. So we're going to make sure that our oil is heated. Put our onions in, and that's the sizzle. That's what you want to hear. And if you are working at home, if you put a wet cloth underneath your cutting board, it prevents it from moving around. So let's give this a quick stir just to coat the onions with a little bit of the oil. We don't want to brown the onions, we just want them to be translucent. So while our onions are cooking, we'll chop up our garlic. So if you press down with your knife on top of your clove of garlic, it actually flattens it out, so it makes it a little bit easier to cut on your cutting board. Now you'll notice this one still has the skin, so I'm actually going to cut the root part off. And then if you press down with your knife, it's quite easy to take that papery skin off. And again, just a rough chop. Let's check on our onions here. Again, we don't want them to be browned. Okay, so now let's add our garlic. Quick stir just to incorporate. I'm going to just turn down my heat a little bit to medium-low. And now let's add our mushrooms. Now, when you are working with mushrooms, you don't want to soak them in water. So a way that you can clean them is by peeling them. Or alternatively, you can use a damp cloth and wipe off your mushrooms if they have visible dirt. Okay, give this one last stir and then we'll add in our mushrooms. So we've got a pound or so of mushrooms going in. We'll just turn up the heat a tiny bit. We'll just stir to incorporate those mushrooms in with the onions and the garlic. Then we're going to do a generous seasoning of salt and pepper. We're just going to cook out these mushrooms for about 3 to 5 minutes. So while that is cooking, we're going to add in some fresh thyme. I love using fresh herbs in soup. It really accents the flavor. If you don't have fresh, then feel free to use dry, but you would just use half the amount. To take the thyme off the stalk, all you do is just rub your fingers down the stalk and that will take off all the leaves. And we'll just give that a fine chop and then we'll add it into our mushroom mixture. So now that our mushrooms are becoming a little bit soft, what we're going to do is we are going to add our vegetable stock. If you don't have vegetable stock, that's okay. You can use chicken or even a mushroom stock. We're going to add in a little bit of flour and a little bit of olive oil. This is actually going to help thicken our soup. We're cooking out our flour. This is also called a roux. So we're just going to cook out the flour until we see no white spots. In goes our broth. And in goes our fresh thyme. And we'll put the lid on there and we'll let it simmer for about 10 minutes or so. Okay, it's looking good. Our mushrooms are cooked, our broth is thickened. And at this point, we're going to add in a cup of dairy, or you can use a dairy alternative. Or to keep it dairy-free, you could omit entirely. This is a really quick and easy soup for weekday lunches or dinners. Now we're going to add in about a tablespoon of soya sauce. And that really helps to bring out the flavor of the mushrooms. This looks perfect. Nice hearty soup. If you wanted to have a garnish with this soup, you could saute some mushrooms and have it right on the top. And it will keep in the fridge for up to 3 days. Enjoy!